Salvatore Samperi was a film director best known for comedies that challenged the moral of Italy's middle class. Samperi's movie offered a social critique of the Italian bourgeoisie, often through the lens of love. Critics say his best work explored the forbidden passion and relationship within middle class families as a way to show what he saw as their decadence and hypocrisy. Viaggio celebrity present all 20 Salvatore Samperi films. Number 20. Mother's Heart 1969. Lorenza, divorced from her rich husband, has three restless children. She lives listlessly and ends up in a strange relationship with her sister-in-law. In the meantime, her 10-year-old eldest son, Massimo, somewhat disturbed, killed the youngest son, tortured the housekeeper, and eventually killed his little sister. Meanwhile, she has joined a revolutionary group of objectors who by means of violence want to rouse the proletariat from its lethargy. Her son now tries to frame his mother for the death of his brother and sister. Number 19. Kill the fatted car and roast it 1970. When Enrico comes back for his father's funeral, he discovers that his brother Caesar and his sister Verdi may be involved in the death of his father. Then he starts to suspect that he could be the next victim of his sibling. Soon paranoia and incest begin to unfold. This film is not a masterpiece, but it's worth seeing, at least for the excellent music of Ennio Morricone. Number 18. Come Play With Me 1968. Young Elvis, the only heir of a wealthy industrialist, thinks he is paralyzed. He received treatment for his psychological problem. His father sent him for a few days in the care of Leah, his wife's sister. She is a beautiful psychiatrist and tries to heal her psychopathic impotent nephew. He becomes infatuated with her and she also reciprocates gradually. She breaks off her relationship with Stefano to be with her nephew. Elvis promises to make love to Leah if she plays with him and beat him at any of the games. She is intelligent, youthful, full of style and charm. Become a toy in the hand of the boy and indulge in the monkey game. Number 17. Biti I Ricchi 1972. Two brothers-in-law, a smuggler and the other traffic policeman, get hold of a large sum of money destined for illegal exportation to Switzerland after the courier is killed in a firefight with the border police. The owner of the money, which occupy an important social position, try in every way to recover it, also leveraging the weakness of the policeman. After the petty betrayal of his brother-in-law, the smuggler decides to keep all the money and flee to Switzerland. The beauty of the title is Silva Cosina, truly elegant in her role as a countess. Her fans will not be surprised to see her remain in character and manage to rise above the gutter-level humor surrounding her, especially notable in a love it or hate it scene of her. Number 16. Stumptrap and 2 1982. A group of misfits form an army in an absurd war. It has nothing to do with the wonderful comic that has the same name. It is one of those Italian movies without a real plot and only stuffed with very rude lines. You will really hardly laugh while watching it. Number 15. Malaysia 2000 1991. Malaysia 2000 offer a story with simple, superficial element, pieced together without any effect or depth. That Jimmy boy is so purely evil that it's almost ridiculous. To drag out his love letter game with Angela, he creates astonishing trap to hurt his father. In the course of the movie, the guy will lose an earlobe, a forefinger, and will tear open his face because Jimmy placed an extra blade in his razor. I just don't get it. Is this supposed to be funny? Some attempt at black comedy? Did the old Malaysia need such crap to create tension? And what does Samperi want to tell us anyway? Some comment on the role of mature women, how they see themselves, how they can or should be seen. Number 14. $1 Million Ill 1971. An ace faked her own kidnapping in order to get money from her parent and hide in the river Post Delta among eel fishermen and is held by a small-time smuggler. Ilbisa is a small poacher and eels are his prey. One day he received unexpected visit. It is Vasco, an old friend, who tells him a story about his daughter, her drug-addicted friend, and the need to hide her in order to save her. Bisa and his friends Lino accept to take care of her. Number 13. Chaste and Pure 1981. The old widower Antonio enjoyed dabbling with the vast family heritage, but the actual heir is his daughter Rosa, and once married, she will get control over all the riches. To ensure that this will never happen, Antonio had pressed the decennial Rosa to take a vow of chastity. Now 20 years later, Rosa has remained true to her vow, but the temptation all around her just get to be too much for her. Antonio realizes he has to act fast to secure his position, and therefore stages a pagan festival where his lustful friends shall dispose of Rosa's desire once and for all. Many of director Salvatore Samperi's work deal with impossible love or romantic fulfillment, and he is known for his biting, satiric stance on bourgeoisie, old school social convention, and similar class conceit. Number 12. Love in First Class 1980. Camelo, a boy father, left his wife Gabriela in the company of his black friend Thomas, leaves for Calabria, and for the first time finds himself having to take care of his little son Malcolm. After the difficulty to find a place and cross the corridors cluttered with people and things, Carmelo stopped in a first-class compartment, where the spouses De La Rosa and Beatrice, a handsome paleontologist, have already found a place. The girl, on her way to an international conference, places a hippopotamus in the trunk, a legendary prehistoric animal she discovers and diligently reassembled. Camelo realizes Beatrice's availability and together with the beautiful scientist goes in search of a secluded place. Number 11. Lovers and Other Relatives 1974. This movie is called venial sins, which are of course small sins that can be easily forgiven. This is a kind of sequel to Salvatore Samperi and Laura Antonelli's more famous film Malaysia. But whereas that was about a teenage boy who is in love with his maid-cum-stepmother and blackmail her before she turned the table, this is a more gentle film about a teenage boy in love with his blowhard brother's wife. But he doesn't blackmail her, nor is there the kind of class exploitation that put the Malays in Malaysia. This is a much more gentle comedy That has the boy confessing that he is in love with a married woman to his brother, only to have the oblivious buffoon actually encourage his younger sibling to cuckold the lady's husband.